Throughout their relationship, Charles was thought to be pining for another woman. He had previously dated Camilla Parker Bowles, but she ended up getting engaged to Andrew Parker Bowles while Charles was away serving in the Navy. It seemed that Diana knew that her husband was in love with another woman, as during her infamous BBC interview, she said,
"Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded."
Prince Charles and Princess Diana initially first met in the late 70s. At the time, Charles was actually dating Diana's older sister, Sarah. However, during a trip to the Spencers family home, Charles and Diana seemed to hit it off, and he ended up courting her years later. The two officially started dating in 1980, got engaged on February 3rd, 1981, and they married 5 months later. From there, they would go on to have 2 children, Prince William, born in 1982, and Prince Harry in 1984. Charles and Diana later divorced, but according to one royal expert, Diana actually didn't want her marriage to end. As royal expert Emma Cooper told Us Weekly, "I think that even after the separation in 1992, they still carried on doing engagements. I don't think Diana ever really wanted to truly give up." Cooper continued, saying, "Actually, it was the Queen in the end that said, 'You're separated, you need to get divorced.' And I think she never, ever. Did she really want to do that? Look, I don't know. It feels to me from the evidence of all the testimony that we had in her own words that it was hard for her." Cooper went on to recall the day that when Diana filled out her divorce papers, she was still wearing her wedding ring, explaining, "I don't think she ran out of that marriage." A similar take was shared by Diana's former butler, Paul Burrell, in December 2018, telling The Express, "The princess tried to make her marriage work, and she never actually wanted a divorce." Burrell went on to allege that Diana wanted to stay married for the sake of her 2 children. In fact, it's been well documented that Princess Diana was acutely aware of her surroundings. Having grown up with divorced parents, she wanted to be careful not to recreate the past when it came to her own marriage. Back in 1995, Princess Diana expressed as much in her BBC interview, saying, "I think like any marriage, especially when you've had divorced parents like myself, you'd want to try even harder to make it work, and you don't want to fall back into a pattern that you've seen happen in your own family." Despite openly admitting that she knew of Charles's affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, Diana still wanted her marriage to work, revealing to the BBC, "I desperately loved my husband, and I wanted to share everything together, and I thought that we were a very good team." But Diana's attempts to hold on to her marriage didn't work. According to the New York Times, Buckingham Palace released a statement in December 1995, confirming that Charles and Diana would be splitting for good. 2 months later, Diana reportedly agreed to sign the papers. Her lawyer said at the time, "It was an exceptionally difficult decision and one which the Princess of Wales has taken with immense sadness and regret." Following their divorce, Princess Diana and Prince Charles were allegedly able to find some common ground, and it has been reported that the two actually became friends. In 1997, in the months before her death, Diana spoke with then-editor of The New Yorker, Tina Brown. In 2008, Brown published the Diana Chronicles, in which she revealed parts of the conversation she had with the Princess of Wales. Brown explained that it was her understanding that Charles and Diana had put aside their differences and even spent some quality time together. Brown wrote, "Charles got into the habit of dropping in on her at Kensington Palace, and they would have tea and a sort of rueful exchange. They even had some laughs together." While Diana knew that Charles's heart belonged to another woman, Brown reported, "But she said to me at that lunch that she would go back to Charles in a heartbeat if he wanted her." Diana was tragically killed in a car crash in August 1997 when Prince William was 15 years old and Prince Harry was 12. Years later, in 2005, Charles would finally marry Camilla, who is now known as the Duchess of Cornwall. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about the royal family are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.